Welcome to Vacuum Wars, and to our review of the Yeedi M12 PRO Plus robot vacuum. It's Yeedi's latest flagship robot with all the latest features at a more affordable price than many of its competitors. We bought one and put it through all kinds of tests over the past few weeks, and in this video, I'll go over the pros and cons of the Yeedi M12 and then reveal if it made our top 20 robot vacuum list at the end. So links in the description, and let's get started. First, the basics. Yeedi as a brand has been around for 4 or 5 years now, and they've been consistently releasing highly rated robot vacuums at decent prices. The M12 PRO Plus, though, is their first robot vacuum mop combo with a fully featured auto-empty bin and mop maintenance station. Starting off with the pros, the M12 was really good at vacuuming hard floors and carpets, which we tested in various ways. It was able to pick up debris of all types and sizes without issues. The M12 uses one side brush and a floating main brush to vacuum. It also has a rare anti-hair tangle system, which uses little plastic teeth that are supposed to remove hair over time. And while that feature wasn't perfect in our 7-inch hair test, it was better than many of the other robots that claim to be able to remove hair. And the M12 didn't get any hair around the axles, which is really common with other robots. Another pro was that the Yeedi M12 PRO had a significant amount of raw power. For example, it was tied with 5 other robots for the most airflow we've tested, and we've tested over 100. Its suction power was above average too, though as we'll see later, those numbers didn't necessarily translate to deep cleaning performance. Probably the biggest pro for the Yeedi M12 in my opinion is everything to do with its mopping ability. The M12 uses 2 spinning mop pads which have electronically controlled water, and it was particularly good in our new dried on stain mopping test where it scored a 115 out of 176, which is above average and actually better than the Tinko electric mop we tested. It also has a somewhat new feature, which is an automatically extending mop pad, which they call True Edge Adaptive Edge Mopping, which they say increases edge coverage by 98%, and it did seem to work well for edges in our tests. But I would argue the real value of its mopping system is that it's pretty much entirely automated with its so-called Omni station, where in addition to automatically emptying the contents of the robot's dust bin into a disposable bag, it will also automatically wash the mop pads with hot water, dry the mop pads with hot air, and refill the mop tank. It also has a removable tray for deep cleaning the station, as well as a set of remarkably large 3.4-liter clean and dirty water tanks on the top that are designed to give it a lower profile than many of its competitors. It also has automatically lifting mop pads, which lift up 9 millimeters when the robot senses carpets, which keeps the carpets dry. This feature unlocks the ability for the robot to vacuum carpets and mop hard floors all in the same run, which I consider a must-have feature for a robot vacuum mop these days. Another pro is its obstacle avoidance system. So in addition to its LiDAR sensor on the top for mapping and navigation, it has a 3D sensor and lasers on the front of the robot that can sense household objects and avoid them, which dramatically decreases the chances of it getting stuck. Despite not having a camera-based obstacle avoidance system, it did really well in our tests, scoring a 10 out of 12, which is above average. However, it did not do as well in our new obstacle avoidance torture test, which I'm still developing at the moment, so I didn't use those results in its overall score, but it only got 6 out of 12 there, which was below average. So, like with most obstacle avoidance systems we've seen so far, you should not expect perfect results or you will be disappointed. Another pro is that it has a large battery, which Yeedi says can get 180 minutes on low power, which is an above average amount. And in our real world battery efficiency tests, it was also above average, though not by much. As I said earlier, the M12 uses a LiDAR sensor for its navigation and mapping, which I found to be particularly good. It mapped our floor plan in about 5 minutes, and it was very efficient. In fact, it had a top 3 efficiency score with pretty decent coverage as well. Moving on to the negative stuff, and I want to start off with its app. I actually liked its app, and I was surprised about how fully featured it was. It seemed to have almost everything that the Roborock or Echovacs apps have, and I didn't notice any major bugs or mapping issues. On the other hand, I've recently started incorporating app scores from the iOS and Android stores into our ranking algorithm, and the Yeedi app does not have good scores on those platforms. Customers complain of mapping issues and setup issues and other things. So while I didn't experience any trouble with the app, I would defer to these people who have been using it a lot longer. In any case, these App Store scores did hurt the Yeedi in the overall results. Another con was related to its deep cleaning scores. For example, it was below average in our carpet deep clean test, where we see how good robots are at picking up deeply embedded debris like sand in carpets, as well as with the crevice pickup test. It wasn't below average by a lot, but it was kind of disappointing to see all that raw power not translate well to deep cleaning. So while this is my first review of a Yeedi robot vacuum, I don't think it will be my last. I was overall quite impressed with the M12 Pro Plus. Its vacuuming and especially its mopping ability were really good for its price. It has a ton of great mopping features, and its Omni station was really well done. And as of the time of the publication of this video, the Yeedi M12 Pro Plus currently ranks number 7 on our top 20 best overall list, which is a very respectable score, especially considering its price. Links in the description, and be sure to subscribe to Vacuum Wars before you leave. Thanks for watching. All of the links in the description are updated regularly to reflect our current favorite vacuums in multiple categories. You'll also find links to the Vacuum Wars website in the description, where we have more detailed lists of our favorite products, like our new top 20 robot vacuums list, which is updated weekly.